Okay, check this out. Now, people tell me, well, why don't you share this information, with some people? You know what I mean? And I'm sure some other people out there that so-called conscious on some type, where you the more science, you with the Hebrew heritage or whatever, black nationalists, whatever. You hear that too. I'm sure you hear that too. But my thing, when I get that shit irritate the hell out of me. Cause you niggas is not gonna listen to that. If somebody try to give you the information, you're not gonna listen to it. Understand, when you dealing with consciousness or me, what I deal with is common sense. You cannot be educated and progress into the truth. You see what I'm saying? You got to know from birth, by, as they say, having your third eye open from birth, knowing that something is odd in your surroundings. It's not, you can't be reasoned into reality. You can't be brought along slowly into reality. You see reality. Now, as you get older, you can read and learn about the specifics of different things that's going on and breakdowns of different systems in the politics, how they fuck with you in terms of the voting and, the school system and everything like that, and the Masonic influences and everything. But when it comes to just the fact that something is wrong out here, that's not something that you can be reasoned into. See what I'm saying? The main idea you got to already have. The specifics of it, the specific details you can learn, but the fact that something is odd out here, if you don't already know that, a motherfucker can't tell. What the fuck I'm supposed to tell a nigga that's 40 years old and he ain't realized that his vote don't count? If a nigga still believe in the political system, if he that damn old, ain't nothing I can do for a motherfucker like that. See what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can do for a motherfucker like that. All right? At this, as Brother Dawood would say, at this late in the game, if you ain't getting paid, you need not speak to no motherfuckers that's still on that shit and ain't realize that all that is a game. You know what I mean? So, here's a particular, here's a particular subject: Negroes and money. I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, before I say that, when we talk about nation building, I don't talk about that shit because I don't want to build no nation with you niggas. My thing is, destruction coming. You dumb niggas is about to die. That's all there is to it. All right? The devils that you worship is about to die. Plain and simple. Ain't no building, nothing in this world. I'm on a high spiritual level. You better get yourself spiritually ready to get dealt with, because that's what's about to happen to your ass. Ain't no businesses that you about to start that's gonna save you from that. All right. Now, why do I? And that's deserved. And I hope that shit happens. I don't want you motherfuckers to survive and to continue to, first of all, the devil, the things that he's doing on the earth, and you know who the fuck the devil is. And you niggas allow the devil to do that shit. And not only do you allow the devil to do that shit that he's doing to the planet Earth and to the populations, the inhabitants of the planet Earth, but you also are co-signing and advocating any nigga that's fighting in the military, any nigga that's in the politics. See what I'm saying? So people like that don't deserve. You a cancer to the planet. If you got any respect for Mother Earth or the planet that God has created to sustain human life and animal life, life in general, you should want these type of entities to be dealt with in terms of the planet Earth. Now, for example, if I tell a sister, you a goddess, and she look at me like I'm crazy, now, and then she deal with all them niggas that dog her ass, fuck that bitch. Because niggas like that should not survive and procreate and have authority over another life that's going into the next generation. Because there's no way you're going to have no progress like that. That is not something that's good. A low self-esteem having ass nigga is not going to get it. And that shit that people like that need to die. You understand? If you're going to have any type of positive progression in this motherfucker, people like that need to go. You can't have that shit. Now, if a motherfucker told me the only excuse that you can have for something like that, for a sister responding like that, she ain't used to that. She ain't used to no man showing her no respect. Look, I don't give a fuck what you used to. If you believe or any sane female ain't gonna let a nigga dog her ass, okay? That's just how that is. Now, if you were to tell me I first got into consciousness, or I've been conscious, but in terms of studying some specific things, you know, get into some black history and things of that nature, I say when I really got deep into studying was probably when I was 16, and I got up on Elijah Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, but had you told me when I was 13, 14 years old that the white man was the devil, I wouldn't have looked at your ass like you was crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker, you gonna peep if your ass has open eyes and you can see, you gonna peep. If a nigga say something like that, you gonna peep that he know what he talking about. You gonna peep that he know something that's going on in the world. Only time you're going to look at him crazy is if you plugged into the matrix. Basically, that's all it is to it. So, even though I might not have been familiar with specific teachings, your eyes are open. You conscious. So you can peep and you can relate to a nigga telling you the truth. See what I'm saying? So, that's that bullshit. Now, as I was talking about the Black Wall Street niggas, you got niggas like Claude Anderson. You got a pastor down here in Memphis, Sammy Holloway. You got the nigga in California, Frederick K. Price. All these niggas, they always talking about black people need to get their money and all this. Well, again, I always hear them talking about money, but they never talking about, I'd say like Brother Black Son said, they never talk about an army. And again, like I always say about the niggas in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when you talking about the Black Wall Street, they didn't have no army. And that's why they ain't got that shit.